Fibroids, a common health issue long affecting women, particularly African-American women, are benign tumors that grow in women of childbearing age and can lead to very serious health consequences. Fibroids are a leading reason for hysterectomies in the United States. During Fibroid Awareness Month this July, we are working to raise awareness for this overwhelmingly common yet under-discussed condition that is affecting so many women all over the world. By bringing this issue to the forefront, research and funding will be more prevalent and women will gain more confidence talking through their treatment options with their physician. I would like to thank the many advocates who are working so hard on this issue, including the White Dress Project and Care About Fibroids. We're fortunate enough to be joined by Care About Fibroids Senior Policy Advisor and former U.S. Health and Human Services Deputy Assistant Secretary for Women's Health, Dr. Nancy Lee. Dr. Lee, thank you so much for being with us this morning. Without further ado, I'll recognize Councilmember Navarro for her remarks, and then you, and we can read the proclamation. Councilmember Navarro.
Thank you, Mr. President. As I try to get myself together here, this has been a very sad morning thus far, but I so much appreciate the opportunity to join you for this proclamation because it is an absolutely important topic for many, many women. This is not something that is discussed as much. Options are not discussed as much. And many of us have just suffered in silence, thinking that it's just something more that we have to address. I am one of those women that suffered from fibroid and had to have a hysterectomy ultimately. And again, I find that especially for younger women, we must raise the awareness that it is something that we should bring up, that we should discuss, that we should carefully study all the different options because it is extraordinarily disruptive. And I oftentimes used to say, you know, literally like 2 to 3 weeks out of the month, I was dealing with some kind of implication due to this condition. And imagine when you're a professional, an elected official, and you're doing whatever you need to do, it is quite disruptive. And so it's very, very important. And I thank also, you know, Dr. Lee for raising this awareness again about an issue and a condition that is quite widespread, but not talked enough about, not discussed enough about. And therefore, we need to make this truly an ongoing education initiative. So thank you so much for letting me join and, you know, share my own experience because we do need to make sure that everybody understands that this is a lot more common that we think. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Navarro. Dr. Lee.
Good morning. First, my condolences to the family and friends of the Montgomery County employees that were memorialized this morning. It's a tough day, I know, for them, and a tough, year and a half now. Thank you, Council President Hucker, for including Care About Fibroids in this important event today. We are excited to join you in the presentation of this proclamation during Fibroids Awareness Month. This proclamation is an important step in raising awareness about uterine fibroids and its impact on women who are living with this condition, as Councilwoman Navarro has already mentioned. Using your platform, you are spotlighting the women's health condition and joining in a growing effort to bring uterine fibroids out of the shadows. Our hope is that this will build momentum for more education and research into uterine fibroids. We are grateful to have your support and the support of Montgomery County to, quote, bring awareness to this common yet under-discussed health issue and invest in public health to improve the health outcomes of all of our residents, close quote. Hopefully, this will set an example for communities around the country to join us in efforts to raise awareness about uterine fibroids that will improve the lives of our mothers, sisters, daughters, and friends. We are seeing progress in our efforts to bring federal investment to research and innovation for uterine fibroids. Just last week in the U.S. Senate, Senators Cory Booker and Shelley Moore Capito introduced its version of the Stephanie Tubbs Jones Uterine Fibroid Research and Education Act. This follows a House introduction of the bill led by Representative Yvette Clarke. Care About Fibroids is proud to support this legislation that has bipartisan support. Earlier this summer, Care About Fibroids released an important white paper on the financial burden caused by fibroids, and you can get access to this paper through the Care About Fibroids website. In our report, we document the loss of productivity that costs the U.S. economy $34 billion, that's B billion, every year, plus the additional costs associated with surgery, pregnancy complications, lots of feminine hygiene products, and more. Together with the bold leadership from leaders like you, Council President Hucker, we are moving the public discussion about fibroids to the forefront of women's health issues. We look forward to working together to create a heightened sense of urgency around fibroids' painful physical, mental, and financial burdens, and spur innovation and investment that will make a difference in the lives of women who are living with this condition. On behalf of Care About Fibroids, thank you for your dedication to this issue and for being a champion for women's health.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lee. Okay, without further ado, we'll read the proclamation. Proclamation about the Montgomery County Council, whereas fibroids are benign tumors that grow in the uterus of women of childbearing age. They affect 20 to 80% of women by the time they reach age 50 and can lead to serious health consequences. And
whereas fibroids disproportionately affect African American women compared to white, Hispanic, or Asian women, the cause of fibroids is unknown. However, researchers believe hormones and genetics play a large factor. And
whereas while most fibroids do not cause symptoms, some symptoms include abdominal pain, heavy bleeding, enlargement of the lower abdomen, frequent urination, complications with pregnancy, reproductive problems, and more. And
whereas fibroids typically resolve after menopause, but it is a leading reason for hysterectomy, surgical removal of the uterus, in the United States when they cause severe symptoms. And
whereas uterine fibroids have had many hidden impacts, including economic, reproductive, and psychological. And
whereas we commit to working to ensure that healthcare professionals are well equipped and patients get the most up-to-date and accurate information regarding treatment options.
Now, therefore, be it resolved that the County Council of Montgomery County, Maryland hereby recognizes Fibroid Awareness Month, presented on this 27th day of July in the year 2021, signed by Councilmember Navarro and myself. Dr. Lee, thank you so much. Please stay in touch with us.
Thank you, Dr.
Thanks for all your good work.